Leadership DM, Jay Scott's direct message to his team and clients. Welcome to another Leadership DM. This is Andrew. Have you ever thought, why does everything fall back on me? Why do I have to make every decision? And why does my team wait instead of lead? If you've ever wondered that, there's a good chance you're the boss, not the leader. And the boss model feels right. You step in, you give the answers, you move things forward. You keep the wheels from falling off. But here's the catch. The more you do, the more it gets worse. Your team stops thinking, ownership disappears, and everything starts depending on you. Don't be the hero, man. Or whoa, man. In today's DM, Jay breaks down why that model is breaking your team and what real leadership actually looks like when it's working.
Here's the really interesting thing, and I like to remind myself of this all the time. Just like their airline, people choose who they follow, right? Like, we're not stuck in a job. So before I get on my high horse, because it's definitely going to sound like I'm on a high horse, I just want to say, hi, my name is Jay Scott, and I'm a recovering boss. Okay, and I'm just defining these terms for the sake of education. You might have a different definition of boss versus leader, but for the sake of establishing where we're going with this, I've got this picture, okay? And so you get this boss up here sitting on the heavy rock, and I like to imagine that he or she is screaming, mush, pull harder, right? But it's super visually, that person is not making their job easier, okay? And then here you have the leader that's out in front supporting their team, okay? So I like to think of these two archetypes as one, like dictator. They're like, everybody needs to do it my way. And here's the thing, like, I do want to have some empathy here, because that's sort of the dominant model out there that we see. And I think that first of all, it's not nature necessarily, because this is just how they're operating. It doesn't mean it's who they are. I mean, I was once this guy, because that's what I thought you were supposed to be when you were like the boss, right? Like, plus it felt a little saber. Like, I'm a hard worker, I'm successful, and if everybody just does it my way, I don't have to worry about them screwing up and me getting in trouble, right? Like, I mean, just empathize with it for a second, right? But here's the problem. We all know what the first letters of the word dictator spell. It feels exploitive. It feels like they're playing for themselves. They don't really care about us, like that we're potentially a commodity. And more importantly, even if the boss is a genius, let's call it a 140 IQ, if they're the only ones thinking, that's not a really high collective IQ for across a team of several people, right? Now, the other thing and the worst thing about it is this person doesn't trust anybody to have their back, and so therefore nobody trusts this person to have their back. Now, I can just say these things, but I'm going to take you on an emotional journey. I want you guys to think about a time where you worked for somebody like this. We all have, okay? And I want you to blurt out one word emotion for how you felt about that person.
Frustrated.
No four-letter words, right?
That was kind, Michelle.
I'm working on
your kindness. Come on, guys, blurt. We're blurting. This is a blurt-a-thon.
Frustrated, angry.
What did you say, Danielle? Dislike. Yep. This person is the reason I got out of the Navy.
Mm-hmm.
What else you guys got? Although I could see it being, that it is combat sometimes. Dante, did you blurt? Vikram, did you blurt?
What an asshole. I think that's
Oh my God, I thought you were going to be all zen on me. I'm so glad you said that. Come on, we're all thinking it. What do you got, Vikram?
Oh, mean is the word that comes to mind. Yes.
Mean. It feels terrible to work for this person. There's no team, right? No collaboration. So here's the worst part, right? Like, are we playing for a person that we feel that way for? Are we capable of being a team? Are we doing our best work? Listen, as much as it's sad because they don't know any different most of the time, because most people that know different would do different. When I figured it out, I started doing different, right? Ideally, if you're on this team, you're getting your resume all polished up and circulating it, right? So innovation is not possible. Great things are not possible. There's a lot of breakdowns taking place on this team, right? And now let's go here. The leader plays the role of the coach mentor. Listen, this is that person that you work for. You work for them, but you felt more like you work with them. Like you work with them. You work alongside them. They can give you critical feedback and you feel like they're playing for you. So you're like, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God, thank you. And they're even saying, look, I know this might be hard. If you guys ever had that where like you're like somebody's saying this might be hard and you're thinking, yeah, this is really hard. This is really painful what you're saying to me, versus sometimes they're saying, oh, this might be hard. But this person, when they're saying it might be hard, you're like, no, please more. Please give me more because I know you just care about me, right? So check this out. Can this person coach you? No, because you're just going to
Yeah,
reject
listen.
anything that comes out of this person's mouth, right?
Yep.
It's not possible because you don't trust them. But this person, you trust. You feel like this person is playing for you. They're giving you the coaching because they care about you. They want to help you succeed, okay? And they facilitate solutions to problems instead of giving solutions to problems. They bring you together and they say, what would you do? How would you do this? Well, why would you do it this way? Why would you do it that way? Have you ever thought about this, right? They help you get there. They're not telling you, they're not dictating. They're applying their expertise, right? But ultimately, they're trying to help you get to a clear solution that you both think will work, aka you're in it together. And that's why it feels like you're in it together with this person, right? Because they're clear. They help you come up with a plan. They're clear on the plan. And when you're out there executing that plan, they're in it with you, right? Have you ever had somebody tell you, you know what? I know you know what you need to do? Yeah. Okay, cool. You got this. I trust you. And then you go and you're working and you felt really good when they said that. I trust you. Everybody loves to hear that. It's crazy. Right? I trust you. And then something went bad. Like, and then it didn't go right. Think about that time. You're like, oh God, I got to go back and tell him. What's the trepidation? Is the trepidation because you're not trustworthy suddenly? No, you're totally trustworthy. Right? But you didn't have alignment. You're not in this together.
Right.
They did not set you up for success. They said, good luck, right? And if you're to be caught or captured, I'm going to disavow any, not really, but it's not Mission Impossible. But this leader, this coach, this mentor, they're like, tell me how you're going to do it. Okay. Why would you do it? Okay. Well, you know what, Christine, that sounds, give me a Zoom high five, like go get after it, right? Now we've had that and we've gone out there and then something happened. Right? But think about it in that scenario, like if Michelle's my leader and we get aligned and she's like, I think it's gonna work, and I'm like, cool, and I get out there and something bad happens, dude, I'm sprinting back to her office. Michelle, dude, you're never gonna believe what happened. Right? Like the alignment creates the trust. Plus the leaders leveraging the collective IQ. If we all think it's gonna work, it's smarter. We've increased the likelihood of success. Right? Now, it doesn't mean it's always going to work, but we've increased the likelihood of success, aka we set them up for success. And more important, this is the most beautiful thing about leadership versus being the boss. No authority is needed. And this is so important because the leadership ball passes from the person with the expertise to make the decision, okay? Everybody is a leader at one point or another on a team. So we need to teach everybody to be leaders, okay? So the idea here is we can use our power and authority to influence outcomes, but then we're this person and nobody likes or trusts this person. Raman, you are totally upside down and that is so weird. Okay? or even though we have authority or not, it doesn't matter. But let's say you do have authority. In most cases, unless you're in a war zone, you don't really need to use it, right? We can lead with influence and alignment, right? Influence and alignment. Our job is to lead the thinking. Say it with me. We lead thinking.
We lead thinking.
If you're not getting the shit done that you need done, you need to make shift happen. That's about leading the thinking. Say it. We lead the thinking.
We lead the thinking.
If you guys walk away with nothing more than that and we communicate to lead, you're winning, right? Because people show up in front of you with current thinking. And the only way a leader is going to guide a different outcome is to help people get past their current thinking. And just as an example of this, because so many people, not you guys, I think you guys are more, all of you guys, there's no junior people here in this cohort, right? So you guys all get when I say no authority is needed, but some people are like, no, I really can't make that happen without the authority. And I like to point out, like, nobody appointed Martin Luther King, the leader of the human rights movement, followed his heart and people followed theirs. You guys all know nobody followed Martin Luther King Jr. They followed somebody that believed what they believed. Right. He just was the one putting it out there. He was the one with the courage to be the face of it. He was the leader that brought everybody together that believed what he believed to make shift happen. So any questions, boss versus leader?
No.
Okay. And I will say this, again, if you find yourself or have under stress, we are going to it's easy for us to revert back to like our human selves, right? Like, and our human selves have confirmation bias, right? Our human selves like want to blame, because if it's somebody else's fault, we don't have to feel bad, right? As I'm talking about the characteristics that we know we don't like and that we know don't work, I'm not saying they're bad, I'm saying they don't work. And I want you to remember that they don't work. So just try again, right? These people are following a model that they've seen and they don't know any other way. Now, okay, always know when I'm talking in infinites, you guys. Look, I get there's the exception. There are some people that just kind of love being this person, but it's not the majority of us, I don't think. Okay, so leadership, empathetic. Are you guys ready? More journeys. So a minute ago, I asked you to talk about how you felt about the boss. And you guys all threw out words that were not positive, right? So what I want to point out is we just uncovered, I just proved over Zoom a universal truth. You know how I can tell you I proved it over Zoom? Because oh my God, I don't even know how many people at this point. But of the hundreds, probably of thousands of people that I've asked that question to, nobody's ever said, I love that guy or girl. It was always negative. It was always like, I don't like it. It doesn't feel good. They're mean. Always, 100% of the time.
If this episode hit, it's probably because you've seen both sides of this. The boss that breaks the team and the leader that builds them. The shift is simple, but not easy. Stop leading with answers. Start leading with thinking. If you want more breakdowns like this, subscribe to Leadership DM or follow Jay on Instagram. And if you're ready to go deeper in building a team that actually executes, you can learn more about execution leadership at 120bc.com. Until next time, Zoom high five.